U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis has proposed a new strategic reserve for Bitcoin, financed partly by revaluing the Federal Reserve's gold certificates.
Welcome to the Morning Markets and Metals with Vince Lanci, where each morning Vince brings you the financial and precious metals news to get you ready for your day. And now, here's Vince.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Vince Lanci. We frequently say on here that gold revaluation is a process, not an event. Truth is, there are events that serve as signposts or fingerprints of the process that we're talking about. But they happen so intermittently and so convolutedly and so cluttered with noise that it's hard to connect the dots and see the process, or the pattern, I should say. Fortunately, the last 72 hours, however, offered us many dots with which connections can be made, the result of which is the following if you look closely. The gold revaluation process is happening quite literally before our eyes. Let's explore some of those events in summary today. Before we do that, let's check on the markets. The dollar is down 36. The 10-year bond is down 1 basis point at 412.8. The S&P 500 is up an impressive 73 handles at 54.87, undoing most of, if not all of yesterday. The VIX is 1674, down 94. Gold is 24.20, up almost $10. Silver is 28.63, up almost 25 cents. Copper is up as well, trading 416, up almost 7 cents. That's 1.7%, give or take. WTI is also very strong, up $2 and change at 78.15. Natural gas, nobody cares about when it comes to Fed stuff, is trading 207, down a penny and a half. Bitcoin is down 111 at 66,000, marching to its own tune. Ethereum is 33.16, up 37. Palladium is up 19 at 914, and platinum is up 10 at 968. Gold silver ratio is hovering below 85. Grains are all up. Soybean is up almost a percentage point at 1060 after getting slammed yesterday. That's not too much of a surprise. Corn is 387, up a penny, and wheat is 534, up almost 2 cents. If you want to look at these markets in aggregate, there are two forces going on here. One is pre-positioning for the Fed Open Market Committee decision today. And the second one is a reaction to yesterday, which may have been part of the positioning. Yesterday, stocks got slammed, the dollar weakened, and gold and silver were very strong. I say stocks got slammed. I pause there because stocks did get sold net notionally, but it was really a rotation out of tech and into banks and cyclicals. But overall, stocks did not do well yesterday. Let's not fool ourselves. Yesterday's behavior can be perceived as, from the stock point of view, as a stagflationary point of view, meaning stocks expect the Fed to ease. Yes. However, earnings came out very bad. Microsoft looked very bad, disappointed. It's earnings season. It's a very heavy earnings season. And Starbucks, very bad. And was it McDonald's? McDonald's the day before, very bad. And that weighed on the market. However, it did not weigh on gold. And it did not weigh on silver for a change. Copper couldn't even hold silver back. WTI has been selling off for the last week or so. I don't think that's Fed related. I think that's Plunge Protection Team related. So today, right, moving to right now is kind of a reaction. Some markets react, some markets continue. So the dollar continues to weaken. 10-year yields are kind of undecided. Stocks bounce, right? Positioning. Dead cat bounce, however you want to call it. Gold continuing. So that means the buying that wants to buy gold isn't done. The selling that wants to sell stocks yesterday is done, at least for now. WTI, hard to read that right now. The $2 rally could also be on the back of the Israeli unrest. So if you were to look at this market from these markets from a third perspective, right? So I told you there's two major things: the Fed and the earnings, basically. Well, the third thing is that probably the most important thing that I'm underplaying here is the Israel unrest. They quite shockingly uh, uh, got to a major leader they've been trying to get to for years in Iran, and they got him in Iran, in Tehran, and that's insane. I mean, that's if you're an intel person, you understand it. That's just insane that they did that, or that they were able to do it simultaneously. There's the uh, looming escalation of problems on the northern front. I'm calling it the northern front now. Wow, with Hezbollah and Lebanon. Uh, Problems on both sides there, if you want to look at it from a moral point of view. So that would be a reason that oil is up and gold is up again. Those are all reasons. There's no specific point to buying gold except that there's no specific relief coming on all fronts: geopolitical, economic, monetary, fiscal, the people in charge running responsibly, the BRICS summit. That's it. Gold is the perfect hedge for things that you don't know are going on. Anyway, let's move to the other stories as I'm getting beeped on messages. Let me try and do this quickly before I get lost in my head. All right, so here we go. There's the front page. There's the title: Gold and Silver the Last 72 Hours. I'll come up with a better title, maybe. But look, this is pretty much a compendium of what happened in the last 72 hours. In no particular order, stories that were covered by us and probably for the most part nowhere else. So there you go. Special gold and silver momentum confirmed. That came out last night, and it was a reaction to the market rallying as we had hoped it would, as well as Michael Oliver, I should say as well. Michael Oliver reconfirms what he'd been looking at the past few days, specifically justified the momentum signals he'd seen prior to today's rallies in both gold and silver. We had referenced his levels and overlaid them with our own preferred scenario this morning. Yesterday, this is like last night, we just sent this out this morning. New U.S. bill revalues Fed gold to buy Bitcoin. According to CoinDesk, that's funny. CoinDesk, U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis has proposed a new strategic reserve for Bitcoin, financed partly by revaluing the Federal Reserve's gold certificates. The draft legislation outlines a Bitcoin purchase program that aims to acquire up to 200,000 Bitcoin annually over a 5-year period, totaling 1 million Bitcoin. There's also the revaluation of Federal Reserve Bank's gold certificates to reflect their fair market value. Under the plan, within 6 months of enactment of the legislation, the Federal Reserve Banks would tender all of their outstanding gold certificates to the Treasury Secretary. Within 90 days after that, the Treasury Secretary would issue new gold certificates to the Federal Reserve that reflect their fair market value of gold. The fair market value, people probably don't think it's like 44 and change. Don't expect it to be big, but it's part of the process. Again, another dot being connected. All right. Gold needs to clear 2384 to 2397. What we said yesterday, that was fruitful yesterday. Another one. Malay offshores Argentina gold. He just did it. He just admitted to it. He doesn't say why. Well, he does say why, but I don't believe the explanation. He doesn't say where, and he doesn't say how much. Food for thought. This is our comment on the story, which we have covered. One reason, the main reason for nations offshoring gold has always been to protect it in case of regional warfare, geographic diversification. It is the main reason Europe stored much of its gold in the U.S. for decades post-World War II. Other various reasons exist, but the most likely, the one that's being discussed the most, is gold is being used as collateral for loan currency by a friendly country. Let's face it, Argentina doesn't really have a lot of good credit left in the world. So if you want to borrow money, they're going to ask for something as collateral. Next story, Goldman CTA report review, more active, but the marketplace is showing a little bit more actionable. CTAs are slightly long gold and have some dry powder to use. The rally we saw today, again, we wrote that yesterday, was either shorts covering, maybe banks this time, and or macro discretionary buying into the geopolitical news from Israel. On top of it, folks. Exclusive, China and Latin America silver part 1 from an interview that I did with Chris Marcus recently. We had a conversation with Latin American mining executive discussing silver supply chain dynamics from a miner's perspective. During that conversation, we were looking to educate ourselves on a couple terms. Unexpected but important corroboration was given regarding China's side of the supply chain. The final result is a two-part post which pieces together the Latin American-China connection. That's part one. Next, why wait until September to cut? This is about the Federal Open Market Committee. This is Fed week, and as such, there is much debate over the Fed's potential for a rate cut. The financial press is throwing around phrases that we feel only muddy the waters. As this is an important season because of the BRICS summit and the U.S. election, we wanted to give you the real deal. That's an analysis and a breakdown of the Goldman report, as well as some other information regarding the Fed decision, which will be happening today at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. We're skipping the market news, which, by the way, it's not insignificant, but we're just going to go to politics here. Look, Hamas stated that its political bureau chief, I'm not sure how to say it, Haniyeh, was killed in Iran by an Israeli airstrike on his house in Tehran, while a Hamas official said the assassination is a cowardly act. They will not go unpunished, according to... They attacked in Iran to get that guy, and they probably pinpointed it enough so that Iran will look very bad if they say something about it. Iran's supreme leader said Iran sees as a duty to avenge Haniyeh's assassination. That's rhetoric. It's what you do that matters. Sources involved in the Hamas-Israel hostage deal talk suggest the killing of Haniyeh will have an impact on negotiations, since the Haniyeh was a significant figure. So it must be some sort of a ceremonial title that his name is. Okay, so there you have it. I mean, there's a lot going on, as Jim Milley would say. I won't try and impersonate him on it. Today is the Fed open market interest rate decision today. There's other data out today, but that's what matters. We continue to say that it's two decisions. They will or will not cut in July, which is on the radar, but not really a high probability. However, some people, it's foolish to discount it won't happen. And then there's the will we cut in September? And that's it. Let's check back with the markets. Let's throw some pretty lines up there for everyone. Okay. This was central bank buy. Wait, where is that? Do I have to squish this up? Oh yeah, there it is. This was central bank and sovereign bond buying after the BIS capped it. So is this. Question now was this? And I don't think it was. I mean, I was hoping it was, but it's not. And if the market stays above here, look, if the market is above, say, this line after the Fed today, then there is no accumulation. There's just buying now. And then you have to look at what happens to the market above here. However, if after the Fed day gold comes off, then look for the market to base in here and or base in here, but not get below 22.92. 22.89 is probably a better level. That's it. So other than that, you're looking at this from a Michael Oliver perspective. He had a momentum indicator that said basically dips aren't killing the upside momentum, or put it this way, the downside momentum is running out of steam. And the price action yesterday and so far today confirms that. So I'm happy to buy this market on strength after a Fed announcement. I'm happy to buy this market on weakness above a certain level more, more carefully if the Fed news is bearish. I'm Vince. Have a great day.
Thanks for watching this morning's Markets and Metals with Vince Lancy, brought to you each day by Miles Franklin Precious Metals, who we encourage you to contact for your next gold or silver order. And Miles Franklin brings us a gold and silver special each week, where this week's special includes constitutional silver half dollars for only $2.50 over spot, one of the more popular silver items available. And on the gold side, we have 10th ounce American Gold Eagles for only $39 over mil. And to place an order or get your questions answered, call 833-326-4653 or email us at arcadia@milesfranklin.com. And as always, thanks for watching. Please note that this video is not intended as legal licensed financial trading advice and is to be used for informational purposes only. Please contact your financial advisor before making any decisions. And thanks for watching.